Hey everyone, welcome back to GKN. Sorry for the late video. I talked about it in my Madden video, how I had phone issues and I had to have my phone replaced recently. But there is lots to talk about today, mainly talking about the story. I also want to talk about previous character reveals and the characters that were revealed in the story trailer. Today we're going to be talking about mostly about the story. But first off, I'd like to talk about some character reveals. So last week, unfortunately, due to the phone, I wasn't able to make my Kombat Cast 3 review video, but I do want to talk about a little bit about Johnny Cage quickly. So my thoughts on Johnny Cage is, he's back, he's funny, he's Hollywood star, he's badass, special forces, everything. From what I saw in the trailer, from what I saw in the Johnny Cage reveal trailer, I think this is one of the better Johnny Cages we've seen in a game. The gameplay of him looks great. Also, the design is pretty much the same as the last Mortal Kombat game. The same voice actor's back. He's still funny. I think what's really improved about this Johnny Cage is they're bringing the Hollywood in it. You see him with flashing cameras and his trophies and everything. And last but not least, the best thing of that Johnny Cage reveal was that freaking fatality, man. It was awesome. It's just him, first couple of clips, him doing an uppercut, they're saying, cut, cut. He's saying that, cut, cut. And he's like, who the fuck hired this guy? And then after that, as you can see, he just freaking pop someone's head off, the head's stuck on his fist, and he just throws it at the camera, like you see right here with Johnny Cage did to Kano, for example. So yeah, that was funny as hell. That was so far it's definitely my favorite fatality in the game. That and the Cassie Cage fatality. I like the Cassie Cage fatality. I'm not talking about the one where she just puts a heart at the end. I'm talking about the one where she shoots you with a few bullets, and then after that she just kicks you right in the nuts, and then just your freaking skull and your spine just literally come flying out. Like, holy shit. But quick thoughts on Kano. Yeah, I don't mind Kano. I mean, I never really played as Kano that much. But, it's great having Kano in the Mortal Kombat story. He's an original character. He's a driving force for someone like Sonya. He's just a straight-up douchebag. It's hilarious. I mean, his intro now, he's just literally peeing on the ground. I mean, he's brutal. He is as bad as they come. And also, it seems like there's a different voice actor. I like the new voice actor. He's not too much different from the older one. The older one will be missed because I'm so used to that voice actor since like MK versus DC, going on to MK9 and MKX and all that. But they wanted to change up the voice actors. Nothing wrong with that. And this voice actor isn't too far off. And honestly, you just gotta have that Southern Australian accent, and you're good. And it was good seeing Kano. And now we got a Jackie Briggs reveal in that trailer. Personally, I just saw a few things: stomping on heads, shooting people. I got a good feeling about her fatality. I kind of like the design a little bit. I think that this design is definitely better than MKX. Personally, I'd rather see like Takeda, for example, than Jackie come back. Wasn't too crazy about Jackie coming back, but they just introduced her in the last game. She's really close with Cassie, so yeah, I mean, I can't complain about that. I mean, I'd rather Jackie than Kun-Jin, honestly. I just was not a fan of Kun-Jin, personally. It would have been nice to have Takeda back, though, but I mean, I'm sure they're going to figure something out here. He'll probably maybe be a DLC return for a future installment, I'm sure. But this game's going to be focusing on the older characters, too, from what we saw in the story, the whole time travel thing. And now I want to get into this character, and that is Cassie Cage. Yeah, at first, like we saw in the behind-the-scenes thing, I was really worried because I actually thought that was like at first I thought that was the final look. Not this look, obviously. I'm talking about the other look where she looked way older, didn't look that great. And I was like, what the fuck? And I was like saying to myself, maybe that's Sonya, but I was like, no, it's Sonya's voiced by Ronda Rousey and doesn't look like that. And I was just like, oh no, this and that. But then I saw I forgot how, like, the first design for Supergirl was awful, and then when Injustice 2 came out and all that, it was just way better. And what I gotta say is, oh my, she looks gorgeous in this. I mean, she looks way better than the Cassie and MKX. The Cassie and MKX looks horrible compared to this, in my opinion. I like the new voice actress much better too. She's still Cassie Cage. This is as Cassie Cage as you can get right here. I don't really care for using her as gameplay, but as a character, I like her as a character, and how she fits in the new Mortal Kombat stories. Her gameplay looks solid, honestly. She's kind of an all-around character, they said. I mean, spoiler alert. I'm going to say spoiler alert for Cassie Cage now. So if you want to turn back and come back in another 5 minutes, you can if you don't want to hear any spoilers. But, all right, so I'm going to get into spoilers. So Cassie Cage is a playable character in Chapter 1. I read a couple articles on it, and I was watching a YouTube video on Caboose. Caboose's channel is awesome. I recommend you subscribe to Caboose. He talks a lot about, say, like, superhero games, if they're coming out. Like, I haven't really heard anything about the possible new Batman game, and nothing's going on with Spidey. Otherwise, I'd be talking about them, too. Caboose talks a lot about, like, Injustice and, Mortal Kombat. I love Caboose's videos. He's very enthusiastic when he talks in the videos. Very outgoing, gets everyone pumped. I recommend you subscribe to Caboose. I definitely want to take some pointers from him on how to make better YouTube videos. I mean, I don't know if Caboose is doing it for money. Personally, I mean, seems like he's got a lot of subscribers. He might be getting paid to do it. I don't know. That's not my business. But I'm just doing this for free. Just for entertainment, just a good hobby on the side. But going back to the Cassie Cage thing, I'm sorry when I'm getting off topic. But yep, you do play as her in Chapter 1. It's pretty much that trailer, from what it seems like, was showing mostly scenes from Chapter 1. So they're infiltrating the Netherrealm. Dark Raiden's fending off those, like, Tarkatan hordes. And Cassie, Sonya, Jackie, the rest of the Special Forces team is infiltrating it. Reading the article, it says Cassie will actually be fighting a surprise character that is not allowed to be revealed. And honestly, after seeing that first trailer, that gameplay trailer, and you see Liu Kang firing what appears to look like a Shang Tsung traditional fire skull, it's very possible that could be a Revenant Shang Tsung. I would not be surprised. And that'd be a good way of bringing Shang Tsung back, too. Instead of, like, saying, oh, he came back from some bullshit or something. I mean, I'm fine with that, too. I just want to see Shang Tsung in the next game. It kind of looks like it's going to be. Based off those leaks, which I'll talk about a little bit later in the video. So I'm assuming Cassie fights Shang Tsung. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. So it sounds like she fights Cabal and Jade. Actually, the first fight they're saying was like kind of like a promotion test, her fighting her mother. So I'm assuming she's fighting her. It looks like she's fighting her mother, and then she's fighting Cabal and Jade most likely. She's definitely fighting Kitana based on what we saw in the behind the scenes thing. And then, like, I could say either Shang Tsung or Liu Kang. I wouldn't be surprised with either. Or I would actually like to see her fight Liu Kang personally. Plot armor, I could see her winning. And, Mortal Kombat, sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. It would be interesting to see her fight Liu Kang, though. But I could definitely picture her fighting Shang Tsung too if it's really a surprise character they can't spoil, and then seeing the Fire Skull with Liu Kang and all that in the trailer could possibly be Shang Tsung. Um, yeah, so that's pretty much it for the Cassie thing. So on to the next topic. So Aaron Black is another character that got revealed. We saw some leaks on him on multiple things. A Steam leak, some other leak. I think it was on Reddit or something. Yeah, you guys probably remember last week with all those leaks. And based on what we saw off the trailer, it looks like the leak is right. And I actually hope it's right. I actually like the roster a lot. I'm going to talk more about that later. But Aaron Black, kind of the same design in this. The design in the leak, it kind of looked like he was a mix of Deathstroke a little bit, like the color scheme and all that, and his regular Aaron Black self. And he's just a badass marksman as usual. You saw a quick glimpse of his not X-ray. I mean, fatal blow. He's shooting. He'll do some crazy shit like shoot off coins and hit you in the eyes. I mean, it's great to see Aaron Black back. One of my favorite characters got introduced in the last game. And now I do want to, speaking of characters that got introduced in the last game, I'd like to talk about, I'd like to talk about Kotal Khan. He got revealed. Yeah, it's due to the new graphics. They're way better, of course. Like at each game, you expect the graphics to get better. It shows more of his original skin because he was painted in green. You even saw in the Mortal Kombat X story mode, divorce chapter in the past, you see Kotal Khan wasn't always like that. He had regular like dark tan skin, but like when he became some war god or whatever, some Aztec god, I don't even know how to explain it. He looks like this, and it's great having Kotal Khan back. He's actually he's actually probably like my favorite character that got revealed in the last game. Based off his role. I'm not too crazy about his gameplay. Just having Kotal Khan back is great. Also, seems like the role he's going to be playing in this game is a little unclear right now. It's looks like he's going to be outlined with Raiden from the past and Liu Kang. Liu Kang, another character being revealed. He's back. We already knew that, of course. That was pretty obvious. But looks like Raiden seeking help from Kotal Khan to track down Shao Kahn to stop Shao Kahn. Shao Kahn is actually going to be a part of the story, which is awesome. But it's going to be odd to see these guys work together. I mean, last game, Kotal Khan referred Raiden to as a devil, and the Dark Raiden, in my opinion, is still going to try to attack Outworld. We'll see what happens with that. There's a lot going on in this game. It looks like that I can't exactly predict what's going to happen, but we're going to talk about that later in the video. But going back to more characters. Sorry about that little glitch. More characters. We see Chronica with Garrus. I'm going to talk more about her in a bit. Looks like it could be Frost or it could be Centurion. I'll talk a little about Centurion. Over there, I don't know who exactly that is. That could be Noob Saibot. We don't know. It could be. It's very possible. We see Scarlet. We see Baraka. We see Devore. We see Shao Kahn. Looks even more badass in the game cutscenes than in that very first video I showed you guys to introduce the YouTube account. But I do want to talk about this guy right here, the Collector. Looks like those leaks are very real. Doesn't look like he's Shokan or anything. He's got 4 arms. We don't know what he can do yet, but it's gonna be very interesting. It looks like he's Shao Kahn's right hand man in this, and I'm really interested in this. You see Devore over there. She's got an old look. I mean, these are characters from the past. After all, she probably brought this Shao Kahn from the past. Wow, this Shao Kahn's helmet is huge. Yeah, looking forward to that. Here's another picture. So I want to talk about this character. I feel like it could be Centurion, but based off that mask, it looks like a Sub-Zero mask, and it could be Frost, who got revealed in League 2, and it looks like she's going to be bald. It's very possible that Frost could be part of that bald club with Kronika and Garrus, and she's got this thing. Oh, she could be working with Kronika, but we don't know. I feel like her loyalty lies with the Lin Kuei, although she's very how do I put this? Very naive, or just gets a little too rational or something. But anyways, could be Frost or Centurion, who got revealed in the leak. And a little spoiler, so if you don't want to hear these spoilers, I'd suggest kind of fast forward for a couple minutes. But there's a rumor going on that she is the goddess of life. Shinnok's the god of death, which that's no surprise. He pretty much seems like the elder god of death. And then Kronika, the goddess of time, which that's kind of obvious. She just calls herself to keep her time in the trailer. And they're saying Kronika is the mother of Shinnok. Centurion's the sister of Shinnok, so they're both related to Shinnok. They're all related to each other. And it seems like from what we got in the spoiler leak that Centurion is pretty much rebelling against Kronika's plans. She's probably just kind of like playing along with her mother, of course, or if Kronika's her mother. And I think there's a voice in the trailer that's saying how you stop Kronika is you get her key and you get to her hourglass. So getting to her hourglass is probably going to be very central in this story mode to stop Kronika from her plans of, it looks like she's trying to have another Armageddon happen. So that could very well be Kronika. Well, I have this photo up. A lot of people are wondering who this is. To me, that's kind of obvious. Not Jax. A good guess at first. But when you think about it, you see in the trailer. Sorry about this photo being blurry. I couldn't really get a good photo, but based off other videos, you guys have seen, it's clearly Hanzo Asashi. It shows like that same mark on his forehead, the same hairstyle, skin color, everything. And this brings me to another thing, which is one of my favorite parts of the trailer too, is seeing the Hanzo Asashi Scorpion fighting his past Scepter Scorpion self, which is awesome. I mean, in this, you're going to be seeing a lot of characters seeing them past selves. This game is all about time travel. Looks like Kronika is bringing characters from the past to the future, trying to do some crazy shit. It's going to be really interesting, and this is going to be really interesting too. I'm looking forward to seeing Hanzo Asashi versus old self. Words can't describe how interested I am in this. And speaking of characters seeing themselves in the past, this one is rather funny. So we see Johnny Cage of now talking to his past self. He's like, what the hell is going on here? And the past Johnny Cage is like, I've been in the future for an hour, and I haven't seen one jetpack. Not one. Like, holy shit, there's gonna be a lot of funny scenes with these two Johnny Cages. What's been great about these past few NetherRealms games is that it's overall a dark story, but to add comedy in there is great. You like it. You like to see a dark story, and you like to see a little bit of comedy relief. And that's why it's good having Johnny Cage in here for the Mortal Kombat story, because you get that good comedy relief. And it's not going to be just from them. It's going to be from other characters, too. But moving on, here's some photos. We see Revenant Liu Kang. It looks like he's going to be working with Kronika. I couldn't find the image of Liu Kang and Katana with Kronika for some reason, but it looks like Revenant Liu Kang is obviously an ally here. Kronika in the trailer, it looks like she kind of restored his Outworld Fortress after it got destroyed. And, Liu Kang, without Shinnok, pretty much, he's going to need a powerful ally, and Chronica is the perfect candidate for that. So final thoughts, this story mode is going to be great in my opinion. Looking forward to more things to come. Stick around. The beta's coming out late March. I'm going to pre-order the game very soon, so you're going to be seeing some beta gameplay from me. Also, more reviews that are hopefully more, let's say, more punctual than they've been lately. I assure you, and I will make sure once Mortal Kombat 11 is officially out to play that it's going to be played right away. Mortal Kombat 11 comes out a day before my birthday. It lands on a school week for me. It's weird how it is in the union for me. I go, I work all the time, but a whole week I had to take off for school involved in my union. And it's one whole week once in 6 weeks, and that cycle lands on the week Mortal Kombat 11 comes out and my birthday. And my plan is I'm pretty much gonna, right when 11:59 or let's say 12 in the morning hits on April 23rd, I will be playing story mode and posting videos nonstop on YouTube. I'm gonna be post the first chapter on the Mortal Kombat page I follow, so hopefully I can get some people to subscribe to my channel. Not me, no biggie. It would be awesome. Either way, showing off some Mortal Kombat gameplay is gonna be awesome. It's gonna be fun. Multiple character endings. The story looks like it's gonna be great. The graphics, the character gameplay. I can go on and on, but my review so far is I'm very optimistic about this Mortal Kombat game, and I'm sure a lot of you Mortal Kombat fans are too. Stick around for more Mortal Kombat stuff, and everyone have a good one. See ya.